housekeeping. How about that? For you TikTok folks out there, I know I was just so excited about this watch. For you TikTok folks out there, the way it's going to work is there's going to be a bio. You're going to click on the link in that bio. That's going to take you to where you need to go in order to procure all these amazing items at these amazing prices. For everybody else in Instagram land, Facebook land, and on the website should redirect you, or you should almost be there, right? You still have to do the comment, sold 101. But for everybody on Facebook and Instagram, you're going to put in a comment section. For example, the first item we're going to do is this amazing watch, right? So you're going to put sold 101. And as we move through subsequent items, you're going to go so on and so forth. So sold 102, for example, that would be the second item. Sold 103, the third item. All pretty simple stuff, but what we do like to tell you is these are live and interactive. So if there's something that you are unclear about, always feel free to chime in. Stephanie's wonderful. DJ's always wonderful about making sure that we understand that certain people have said certain things. We invite you to comment. As long as we keep it PG, we invite you to ask questions. We invite you to maybe I move by an item a little too quick and I don't show it well enough for you, for example. We invite you to say, hey, Chris, do you mind sort of backing it up a little bit and kind of flashing that item in? Again, I'm very interested, more than happy to accommodate, providing we have the time for it. So we're gonna have a very, very fun, very, very packed show. Ladies and gentlemen, we've even got purses. And no better authority on those.
It's more of a tote.
It's a tote. Yeah, well, I was about to say, this looks like this is intense. I just want to give you guys a preview because this is so cool. When I walked in, I was like, that's bad A. Yeah. It is. Look at that. It looks like it starts with a B, ends with an achi.
And behind you.
And look at all these cool frames and prints we have. These are 3-dimensional. And guess what? They light up. Lots of cool things.
Do they?
If they don't, am I seeing things?
I think
you're
seeing things.
Well, they look like they light up. They're so magical. I think they light up. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to mislead anybody. They do. They look like I thought this whole time. I thought there's a little clicker thing on the back.
No.
That's just okay. Well, then the sparkle factor is off the charts. I didn't even think to ask because I was like, surely they have the little light thing in back. It's so cool. Anyway, you're in for a treat.
And all the meals, all the product reviews.
Well, let's talk about it.
That kind of stuff. Why people trust us.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's a reason. We're triple A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so you're always going to be comfortable shopping with us. Majority items. I'm not sure, Stephanie, are you 100% sure when we're in clearance, but if they're not an actual clearance item, I think you're going to have that inspection period. We'll double check that and find out for you, but you're going to be able to shop comfortably. And the items that we're going to present to you are going to be such amazing prices that I think, they shouldn't break any banks, but they're going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be great gift giving.
Everything is under $50.
Everything's under $50.
Like most of it well under 50. Like we have some fun stuff, and this has all been TV favorites. So we're bringing everybody, last ofs.
Yeah, there was a couple things that I specifically requested. For example, we had a cane that sold really well, and we're gonna bring that to you here in just a little bit. There's a couple of items, like there's a few last in stock opportunities. We're gonna get into those, but very quickly, Your Purchase Feeds Foundation. This is an organization we've been affiliated with, along with an affiliate of theirs, which is called Akshaya Patra. That's located in India, where our parent company is at. That provides a meal, and the one throughout America is the Your Purchase Feeds affiliation. These provide meals for children in need who might otherwise not have gotten a nutritious meal. Why is that important? Well, for obvious reasons. Children don't get to choose what circumstances they're born into, so they're really, truly the most innocent among us, and I think it's an organization I'm super proud to be a part of through this company, that we basically deliver a meal on your behalf. There's no extra cost. There's no extra, can we round up? It's already kind of baked into the cake. So whether you know it or not, your dollars on every purchase, no matter how big or small, are going to go to a fantastic organization that is really changing lives. So, in fact, Becky Booker, my co-host and friend that does a lot of the Friday shows with me, was telling me that during the COVID crisis that there was, when kids were forced to stay at home from school and everything was kind of up in the air, Well, they delivered meals in buses. That was one of the chief companies. The Your Purchase Feeds Foundation was one of the chief companies that was able to get those meals out and delivered to children in circumstances where they might not have otherwise gotten a meal. So your dollars are doing good work. We're at over 46 million meals at this point. I got to imagine we're at least 47 plus million. We haven't changed it. We've still got 45 million, but I know we're 46, probably closer to the 47 mark. We were 38 million when I came in, so super proud to be a part of that organization. Just know that your dollars are always going to go to a good cause, and you're going to get a good product at a great price, okay? So I think that takes care of a lot of the house cleaning. Can we, whenever we're...
Okay, you are allowed to proceed.
Okay, so what we're talking about here now, as I said before, this watch, it is heavy duty. It's got a really solid, thick band. I'm going to give you, I know we usually take away the ruler when we're not doing, here it is. When we're not doing jewelry, it's not as much of a need for the ruler, but I want you to understand how large and in charge this face is. You're talking about, we will call that an inch and a half. A lot of the ladies, though, I don't want to dissuade any ladies, because look at this. Look, y'all can be hardcore too. So it's not just for the men, but it is obviously, it's got a very, very masculine look to it. But a lot of ladies do you like the larger faces sometimes?
I do. I'd wear that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it works, but what you're getting is something that's going to be water resistant, right? So it's going to be water resistant up to a certain amount of meters. You've got, let me just give you the price real quick, and then I'll get into the details, because this price is going to blow your mind. This looks like something that would easily be like $500-700. We're doing it today. It's a clearance item. Can you give me a count on those in just a second too? We have it available in this amazing hunter green that looks so tough, very army green kind of.
70.
Huh?
We have 70.
We have 70. That's that's all combined. But we also have a strap that's going to be sort of more of a blue strap that we don't have on set. But the strap, of course, waterproof on that, and then you've got water resistant.
On the box.
Oh yeah, let me show you this. Anybody that collects watches, and this is sold 101, just FYI. Again, this is sold 101. The box that you get, for those watch collectors out there, the boxes are important. I understand that. I got a lot of friends that collect watches. I've got one or two, maybe three, that are actually, really, really good watches like this. And they come with a very, very nice box. So you're going to come ready-made, all packaged up. Now this is a multi-use. You can use this, you can wear it in your everyday, right? But you can wear it definitely playing sports or doing any kind of workouts that you do. You've got several different time zones. You've got a lot of different digital reads in there, as well as the traditional reads that you look for and that you want out of, well, a watch. Watches, a lot of us have the digital, what have yous, the little Apple Watches and all those things, and those are fantastic, don't get me wrong. But we also have phones, don't we? So a lot of us are sort of steering in a different direction, in a more pragmatic direction. This is that pragmatic direction. It's going to give you that very, very hard. This is going to be something that you can bang around in. Guys, if you're in the trade, or ladies, if you have a gentleman that's in the trades, this is something that's going to take a well, I don't want to use the coin term. I can't say take a licking. It will take a beating and keep on treating you. Like what I did there?
Really good,
So basically I took theirs and kind of made it ours. It'll take a beating and keep on treating you. And I'll just drop the piece of the, I was trying to change up the size of it before we started the show. But it's got detachable parts. If you want to detach this, I accidentally almost detached the band itself. But it's got detachable parts, so if you want to detach this, maybe put it on a different band, like maybe you get a nice leather band or something, that's your prerogative as well. But $15.99 is what you're getting it for today. You also have budget payments, 3 of those, so your initial investment's going to be $5.33. Pretty doable, and folks, you're going to get such an amazing value here. Let's scroll down. I want to give them just the particulars of it in case because this is going to be multi-use. Right? It does have, again, like as I said before, the traditional, scroll up, we've got the buckle band, the dial, chronograph, right, all these highlights, in case I'm missing one. Dual dial watch, contains unique combination digital screen. It's going to have a round stick analog dial that gives you a dual functionality and appealing look. See the little particulars. Most of those you will be able to find when you go to Sold 101. But let's see, week, date. It's got night light. Oh, I like that too. I was looking at that before. So yeah, you're going to be able to set it. It's got, I believe this is the amazing, that Japanese movement, which you want to put that right in the same, you talk about that in the same breath that you talk about, the Swiss in terms of precision, in terms of per second, like up to how precise it is. So you've got something with that Japanese and electronic movement. Let's see, runs on dual functionalities, analog dial, runs on Japanese movement, dial runs on scratch and water resistant. Again, as we mentioned before, the scratch resistant though, that's something that I didn't mention to you. So it is going to be that kind of bang around watch, the one that you can kind of get out there, if you're wanting to throw the football with friends, or maybe you're on the beach or something like that. It's going to take a beating there. Again, the silicone strap that is removable. So if you decide that you really love the face, but maybe you want to switch it up in terms of the strap, like I was trying to do before the show, that's going to be an option for you as well. Buckle closure, care dry cloth. Yeah, so 46 millimeters is the case diameter. We're going to move on in just a second. Folks, we're very limited on what we have here, but I think we have enough to take care of most people that are watching right now. I think we're around 60 of these, so about one per state plus. But look at all the detail and texture. Look at, it looks tough, and it is tough. So this is definitely one you want to take advantage of. If you go to the website, we don't have it on set, but we do have one that has a blue band as well. But and so basically, so let me show you here. You've got sort of the hunter green there, and it basically will have all the things ditto this one, but with a really sharp blue that I think you're going to love. So lots to love about this. Lots of functionality, even things I didn't touch on, but just because we have a lot to get to, we're going to move. But I got to tell you, folks, this is one you don't want to miss. And again, we got about 2+ per state. So one per state, a little less than 2. But can't say enough about it. Absolutely fantastic, heavy duty, strong, durable. And we will move on to our second item, which will be Sold 102. See a bunch of people coming in. I want to thank you for watching. We encourage you to continue watching. Today we're going to have a very, very eclectic mix. These are some of the best of the best in terms of lifestyle, home goods, cool gift products, gift ideas. And when we say gift, don't forget to gift yourself first and foremost, So if you get an item that people are going to love, think about perhaps getting two if it's affordable, and all these will be affordable because they're all going to be under $50. Okay? So we're going to move to item number 2, which is...
Yep, we're doing the candles.
Okay.
I was wondering, what?
That's so cool, though. That's one I didn't see. The candles behind me? Or this candle?
The candle holders. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Holders.
All right. Has anybody out there ever seen Coming to America? Have you seen Coming to America?
I have. Eddie Murphy is my all-time favorite human being.
It's probably the best Eddie Murphy movie of all time.
Oh, no, Beverly Hills. No, 48. No, well, Trading Places. Trading Places.
No, Golden Child. No, yeah. All right, exactly. So, anyway, in that movie, and this is a deep dive. So
that's our question of the day. What's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie?
What's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie?
I am gonna stick with Trading Places, though.
Trading Places. It's a classic. Dan Aykroyd, yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis. We like it.
Yeah.
And it has that guy from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Does it?
Indiana, that guy, the British guy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, anyway,
did John Landis direct it?
John Hughes.
No.
Christopher Columbus.
No.
He was a protege of John Hughes.
No.
He was a Home Alone fame.
Right now.
We digress. Anyway, the moral of the story was in that movie, there's a lady. They're dating in a bar scene, and there's a lady who lights a lighter. And they're going through this litany of like Star Wars, Star Bar characters that are like, they're trying to find a perfect queen for this prince. And one of the ladies lights a lighter, and she holds her hand over, and she's like, I was Joan of Arc in my former life. This is what this kind of reminded me of. It's a super deep pull. Don't bother Googling it. Stay with us. But this is item sold 102. And it's a candle that's not going to burn you. But it's most importantly, what we're talking about here is the candle holder, right? So you can put a real candle in there if you want to. We've got our little doodad.
John Landis. I was right.
I never doubted you for a second, Stephanie. Not for a second. Not even a moment. But what you do have is a very, very beautiful candle holder, very ornate. It's going to let a lot of light out. But what it's going to do is provide sort of this webbing of all these little marquees, almost petal-shaped. If we can put
I
this.
was too busy looking up a director to get images.
we're focused on the important stuff here.
That's
you know?
right.
I was Joan of Arc in my former life. But these are going to be beautiful. You've got sort of a festive. Right, look, this does not have to be at Christmas. This could be all year round. Look at that beautiful red and that green. How beautiful that is.
I see that on a back porch or a deck or something.
Yes. Very durable, good size, going to fit, depending on what kind of candle size you're wanting. But they're going to come, I believe, in sets of three.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how it's going to work. You're going to get either this set, right?
Yeah.
Or... And that's sort of, I guess we're calling that the black and white, or the leaf. Okay, so that's sort of a leaf pattern. And what that's going to do, though, is really cool, though, is that when you put your candle in there, depending on the size of the candle, obviously, if the candle fits snugly in there, you're not going to see it as well until it burns down. But you're going to get, like, this radiance that, like, if you turn all the lights off, you're going to see that silhouette. You're going to see that pattern sort of flickering. Very, very sensual, very attractive, and nice ambiance. But you're going to come with a set of 3. Here's the deal.
Look at behind you. Look, we have a nice video.
But I like the way I described it.
Yeah.
No, the video does a better job, doesn't it? See, this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna get all these little flickering patterns and everything, especially if you put something like a smaller candle in, like kind of like what we have. I think that's the way to go. But it's your prerogative. But look how cool. And if you were to turn the lights off, you'd see all these like dancing sort of silhouette patterns of this leaf pattern. Very beautiful. It's like black and white. So it's gonna go great with all of your home decor. Any exterior decor, as Stephanie was just saying, great for outside, like maybe on the deck or something. But let's not sleep on the sitting in the bubble bath, enjoying ourselves, just trying to put some ambiance and get some, just relaxation going after a long, hard day or a long, hard week or month or whatever it may be. But this is going to be absolutely beautiful. Here's the good news about it, though. It's not going to be like $30, $40. I'm talking $8.44. So divide that by 3, and you've got a clearance item that is really, really beautiful, really, really sturdy, and just a gorgeous look. So it's sort of graduated, like a Russian doll. Isn't that beautiful? Now, let's talk about this rich red and green. Again, I don't, Stephanie, I think we go year round, but
For sure.
Most assuredly, we rock these, if you don't rock them at any time during the year, the holiday season.
Yeah, but
Most definitely.
that's
But
just going to pick up on whatever you're decorating.
I was about to say, I think it works any time of the year, and you've got these beautiful, almost stained glass windows here. And what that's going to do is that's going to emit sort of a really nice ambiance. You're going to see some reds and greens flickering, but you're also going to have these little patterns here as well. Now, they got the sort of white outline on this. Makes it look really, really nice. Makes it look really, really frosty. Maybe like a nice winter vibe.
Ooh.
But, yeah. And those, again, are those, wait, let me double check before I say it. Those are $8.44 as well?
Well, I think those are actually.
Oh, check that. Sorry, guys. It's not $8.44. These are $7.79. So give or take a quarter or two. They're all going to be very, very affordable, well under $10. Get them home. Great for a gift.
Chris.
Get as many as you want for yourself, though, because you can get multiples, can't you?
They're on budget pay.
Wait, these are on budget pay? Well, they're not meant. That means they obviously weren't meant to be this low. You've got a budget payment. There's no excuse anymore, friends, because the budget payment is less than $4. Yes, that's right. We have 2 budget payments of $3.90.
What is that divided by 30?
$1 and some change. Wait.
No, a day. So it's like 30 cents a day.
You're right. I don't know, 15 cents. Oh no, I'm not. I don't do math. I don't do arithmetic at this time of morning.
4 divided by 30 is 13 cents a day.
No excuses, ladies and gentlemen. 13 cents a day. These are lovely. Again, we've got our sort of faux candles in there. We might sell those at shoplc.com. Maybe we should put them on the website or up on our show for today. But great for candles, great for faux candles that are a little, can be on the safer side of things. If you plan on leaving or something, those are ones that you can turn on and turn off. But if you leave them on, it's not going to be the end of the world, not going to burn the place down. But very beautiful item. Very, just look, this sells itself. It's on clearance. You're getting them for pennies on the dollar. And you can get them literally for pennies a day. That's item sold 102. I encourage you to get them both. And they actually look what do you guys think? And give me some feedback. Feel free to give feedback. I think those work together, but I mean, look, get them both and get as many as you can while they last. How many do we have? Or we got enough to kind of feed them last?
We got about 20.
Okay.
So I just scanned these in. These are those, and these are bright little candles.
Oh, we do have those. Cool. Yeah. Okay, I didn't see those before. Okay, so yeah.
I mean, we've had them before. I kept them in the studio.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just load them onto the show.
Yep.
And we'll tack these on.
Those
folks.
are 103.
We'll make these sold 103. Brilliant. I love it. The master.
Very cool. So those are $10 for 24 candles. And see how bright they are. They come with.
All right, so look, we've already got them. Yeah, no need to take one out. All right, so we get 24 of these. I'm so glad you.
And they come with the batteries in them.
Wait, batteries included?
Yeah, they're those little teeny tiny batteries.
Okay. They use those little hearing aid kind of batteries.
Those are bright.
I was about to say, and here's the deal, we've got all these huge studio lights trained here, ladies and gentlemen, but they emit a lot.
Yeah.
And if look, I've had where I live at, even we occasionally get like the ice storm a year, and a lot of power goes out here and there just because we're not equipped for that in Texas. It's a hot state, but I had something happen in front of my flat, I call it, to try to make it sound more important, where I was out. The power was out for like 2 days. Because we're sorry, they were digging for something, they were fixing something at an intersection. These things happen, is the moral of my story here. And I went and I had, luckily, a lot of these little small candles. And so I had them placed all strategically throughout the house and lit. And it could have been an absolute disaster. This, I think I had like 24 of them, roughly. Just all throughout the house, just so I could see where the heck I was going, This is like that, only it's not a problem. So this is going to be sold 103. We want to close out here, though, because I think these are the perfect accoutrement to go with each other, right? So this is like hassle-free, worry-free, most importantly, though, the item sold 103. The sold 102, though, that's a no-brainer. So if you get one, you probably should get the other. I would highly encourage it. But in case of an emergency, this 24-piece LED light, how much are we charging for this?
Those are $10.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, you can get 24 of these. They come with the battery. That's a sleeper. We weren't even planning on doing this. These are awesome. And you can set them up all over the house. I was worried sick that I might mess up, that one of the candles something could happen, I was like, well, and I had to leave throughout the day. I'll sometimes work little small shifts during the day. And so I'm having to go through and make sure I'm blowing out every single candle. This takes that worry away, and it provides just as much, if not more, I think more light. I know more light than those little small ones that I have. The ones I'm talking about, the ones you see like at weddings and things like that. But this perfect, again, stumbled upon something there. Perfect item for that wedding ceremony. An item that's not going to burn out. Don't have to worry about that. I mean, obviously the battery is not going to last you a lifetime, but you've got an LED light, which uses very little electricity. You've got the batteries included. That's the thing that blows my mind. Just for the price of those batteries, 24 of those little mini batteries, they're so expensive. For $10, that's a wild opportunity right there as well. So we want to get these. You want to get them in both the black and white, the leaf pattern we're calling it, and you want to get it in that beautiful sort of festive red and green as well.
You know what? We don't really have time, but just so we have 12 perfect 5-star ratings. On these candle holders.
The candle holders? I know.
Yeah.
So wait, 12 perfect?
Yeah.
Do you know how impossible that is?
Yeah.
Because look, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time.
Yeah.
But when you have 12, which isn't a ton of ratings, but that's a good bit. That's a robust amount, and they're all 5-star.
Yeah. How often do 12 people agree on anything?
Exactly, exactly. So those 12 people are probably very shrewd. They probably understand that if you do go to the, we'll call it Sneer Yun, where you're going to spend a small fortune, where you'd probably spend, I don't know, $8 to $10 just on one of these, and now you're getting 3. They understand value and they appreciate it. So, very cool item. Get them while you can. They're limited. They are last in stock opportunities, but I think we had around 20 of them in each, roughly, give or take. So, we want you to take advantage of that. Remember, item sold 103 is going to be the candle, the LED candle. Isn't that cool? And it looks legit too. Like from a distance, you've got like, yeah, it definitely has that candle look, and I love how they have it almost like sort of burned down halfway. It has a really cool look to it as well. So that's an amazing item. So we're going to move on to item sold 104. I'm very bullish on penmanship. Even though my handwriting is really, really unattractive, it's very schizophrenic too. Do you ever like, nothing wrong with that, you know, all due respect. If anybody does have that, I'm not trying to, not in a bad way. I just mean that sometimes I write really nice.
Schizophrenic in a good way.
Yeah, schizophrenic in a good way. This is no knock against people that have any kind of troubles, you know. But what I'm saying is that sometimes I'll write, it'll be nice. Sometimes I write and it's like, and it looks like 2 different people wrote it. Most of the time it's the unattractive writing. But the most important thing is, I think, actually doing the writing, right? Because hardly anybody does that anymore. We type a bunch of stuff, we text a bunch of stuff on our phones. But a lost art, writing. Yes, yes. And this is important. Because why? Well, I mentioned this in one of our shows that we did the other day. And forgive me, I'm getting a sip of my water here. I mentioned this in one of the shows that we did the other day. And have you ever received an email with a heartfelt message? You probably appreciated it, didn't you? Let's take that exact same scenario and replace it with something that somebody hand wrote in their own hand embossed Mandela genuine leather, and you're going to see that. I'm going to leave that there to show you right there. Genuine leather bound. Look at that beautiful elephant notebook with a page torn out, folded up nicely, and mailed. And you actually received that, or just left somewhere with their actual handwriting, which is its own fingerprint of sorts. Mine's 2, we've established. But so beautiful, I think, is that. But guess what? This also is going to have important information in it. For example, look what we have on the first page. Grandidierite. We familiar with that? And these are going to come with a bunch of different letter. You've got 1, 2, 3 of these that are still available.
So just the Mandela, what is it? Not Mandela.
The elephant one. How many do we have of that? Yeah, we'll give you the envision.
I mean, we got like 20 of each.
Okay. So,
but the mandala comes with the rhodolite.
So this is Grandidierite.
That's Grandidierite.
Oh, so this is the Mandela?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is that rhodolite? Let's see.
Yeah, Mandela, the genuine leather paper's ruby.
It's ruby.
No, it's got the ruby filled ball.
Yeah.
Pen. This one okay.
Yeah.
And forgive me because I didn't look at the details. I saw it just came with its own pen. No. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. This just got really interesting. I thought it was just a pen, Stephanie. Okay, so what you got here, for example, this one that you get, if you get the one with the elephant on it, very, very cool. You can use it as a diary. You can use it as something that you write personal notes to people. You can use it as a to-do list, use it as a journal, whatever. And it has a little information in the front. So this one in particular is probably going to have, I think, something about rhodolite garnet in the front, which will be sort of like this. You've got Grandidierite, discovered in 1902 by French naturalist Alfred Grandidier. Grandidier. What? He's one of the world's top 10 and most expensive gems. Initially confused with emerald, I see that because of its color. Later, the gem was identified as a new species after gemological testing. So that's got a little bit of information about Grandidierite, a very rare gemstone. Ditto that with rhodolite garnet, and I wonder what the third one is. But here's the cool thing.
Didn't you say? Wait, we'll find out.
Yeah. But here's the cool thing about it that I didn't realize before the show. You're gonna get a pen that corresponds with the gemstone. Now after that, you're going to have a bunch of blank pages that you're going to be able to write your diary or your notes or your to-do list or whatever. You do with it what you want, right? Love letters, whatever it is. And you can tear those out and then fold them up. And it's in this sort of old school, very thick paper that's going to last a really, really long time. And it's going to hopefully be time tested over the centuries. But you've got the corresponding color. So for example, I'm assuming, here we go.
The line, that's the rhodolite.
Wait, is that Ryan? Is the lion sold out? Let's make sure we're not.
No, it's
teasing.
not.
Okay, so this one's available. The lion, these are the coolest. So perfect. These are unisex. It comes with an additional, it just fell on the floor, with a backup pin, but you're going to have the corresponding colors you see. Mm-hmm. So the grandidiorite, a green sort of aqua, or I guess more kind of turquoise almost, emerald, but they're going to come with the same color, and then you're going to have genuine, I believe genuine flakes. Let's double check that, so I don't make a liar out of myself, but you've got these flakes of what look to be grandidiorite, at least. I'm not sure if it is, but
no, it's all genuine.
That's an
authentic gemstones.
Okay, that just changed the game. That just made this like one of the best buys ever, because we're talking $11.99. This item sold $104, right?
This is $104, yeah.
Sold $104. You've got all these flakes of grandidiorite, one of the rarest gemstones. In the case of this one, rhodolite garnet, one of the most desirable, and rhodolite garnet, very rare in and of itself, as well. Sort of that with that sort of merlotish, those sort of pink and reddish and purplish hues that are all natural. And see, this one's going to talk to you about rhodolite garnet. It'll have a little something about that in the opener of it. But they all come like we've got the elephant. Here's the lion, and here's what you're getting. So you're going to have the pin. You're going to have those flakes of rhodolite garnet, genuine rhodolite garnet. That's a game changer. Then you've got a keychain to boot. I think ours just fell out on the floor, so let's focus on this one. You've got a keychain to boot with that as well. Then you've got the backup ink storage thing. And look, if that goes dead, you guys can always just go to like a big pen, take out the bag, and just clip that off. So you can continually use this over a lifetime, the pen. But then you've got this really, really beautiful and important booklet here, leather bound. You can slide your pen right there, just like they're doing. And you just have something that's really important and kind of not just a throwaway item. Not, those little small notebooks, and even those little journal style notebooks that we use like back in college or maybe in high school that just don't stand the test of time. This is going to be genuine leather, paper diary, extra pen with the keychain, with the genuine flakes of, for example, rhodolite garnet, grandidiorite. In this case, you got this beautiful mint green almost on the pen, and it's going to come with that carrying case as well. So, folks, this is an amazing value. We're talking about $11.99. That's not even clearance price. It's like below clearance price. So get this home, get it for yourself, get a bunch of them for every year. I mean, look, at $11.99, you get 10 of them. You barely spent $130, $130. But what you're getting is really, really beautiful. And you also have the option down the road, if you wanted to, you could go in, let's just say you've exhausted your supply of the leather-bound books. You can always go back in and get some paper and replace it and keep that leather bounding because that'll last you a good long lifetime, and you'll end up getting some nice weathering to it. Very, very cool item. You've even got budget pay on this one, $6. All right, so $6 gets you home. You can barely get a order of fries for $6 these days. I mean, you can, but you could barely get it. So 2 budget payments of $6, not too shabby. A very, very cool pen. That's worth the price of admission. The leather-bound book, the keychain.
Well, and Chris, this time of year, so many people are thinking about if not having Christmas or New Year's resolutions, at least like starting a gratitude journal.
Yes,
or starting a
so
to-do
important.
or something like that.
Yeah. And you guys hearing this? And I 100% agree. Gratitude, just like something that caught your eye during the day. Maybe something beautiful is happening. You see a beautiful experience. Maybe you see a really tragic experience and you want to write about it. Whatever it is, this gives you that air of importance because, look, it is an important book. I mean, we're not talking about something that is inexpensive typically in the retail world. Like something like this, you would totally see something like this in one of those like really, really expensive airport gift shops that does have nice things, but then you get gouged and they're like, $59, something like that. You get it for $11.99, and you get a couple of them, and you're going to have a lot of paper in there that you can then replace if you wanted to just take out the journal part, and you always got that leather bound area. You got the pen, you've got the keychain, you've got even the refill. So big value here. And then, but to me, in terms of the value, one of the things that's most important is you're going to get the actual, and I'm going to try to show you guys this. If you can see this right here, you're going to get the actual chips from some rough of grandidierite, a very rare gemstone, rhodolite garnet. No, this one has
rubies. That's rubies.
The corundum. That's, you've got these beautiful rubies, almost these pink sapphires, and these dark, rich. Okay, if you get
Bonnie says hi. She's watching from
Who
North
does?
Carolina. Bonnie.
Hey Bonnie, how are you? Thank you for watching, Bonnie. I hope you'll stay with us. We got lots of cool stuff.
We do have fun stuff.
Yeah, I love these lifestyle.
Did you see 50 reviews? 4.9.
4.9, virtually impossible.
Look at this. Look at
I'll
everybody
read a couple
loves
of them.
these.
If you're into journaling, these are great, really nice. I would say absolutely, and then take it a step further and just say if you want something again that sort of has that personal
Put your
touch.
grocery list in there. It
Grocery
doesn't
list,
matter.
exactly.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, to-do list, 100%. I find that to-do lists also does make you super productive. They like if you get up in the morning and you say, I got to do this and that and this and that, and you're like trying to rush to get it. Write it down. We're not as good as we think in terms of memory. I think the older we get, probably most of us realize that, like, wait a second, I totally forgot X. I totally forgot Y. Write it down. And then that might be something you never know. If years from now, when we're all gone or something, and great-grandchildren or whoever discovers something, they might find out, wait, this is a really fascinating or a really boring person. It doesn't matter. But they'll find out something about you because they'll have the handwritten record, and it'll be in your own penmanship, which I think is really, really cool, and beats the heck out of the digital footprint, because digital footprint is so impersonal. This is very personal. It's very, very nice, and it's something that I think you're seeing a renaissance of that sort of thing, of people sort of like. And no, look, we're doing a live stream here, so I'm not going to knock technology.
Right.
But there is something to be said for the old school way of doing things in your own penmanship. So that one I'm very bullish on.
Keep it in your tote.
Yep.
That's what we're doing next.
Exactly. Keep it in your tote. Well.
What a transition. Look at that.
That's why you get paid the big
You're
bucks.
Professional.
That's the reason you're the brains of the operation.
That's right.
All right. So this is something you very easily fit in your own tote bag. These are sold separately. There's no way. We can't do them for that price and have both this and that.
That comes in there.
Okay, look, here's what you're getting.
Yeah.
You ready for item sold 105? We're going to put our journal in there, our to-do list, or whatever, leather bound, with the pen, with genuine gemstones in it. And we're going to transition seamlessly into Newage, which is, this is a dead ringer for the V, what have you. Because I've seen those before. In fact, I saw some when I was over in Europe, and I mean, you're getting that exact same look. So we're not talking about, obviously we're not talking, wait, this can't be.
What?
No.
What?
This is not genuine leather.
Yeah.
Not for $47.99. And you get both?
Yep, you get both. It's a twofer.
Inconceivable. Okay. You guys are in for, how is that? Wait, for less than $50? Genuine leather. I was like, it's gonna be faux leather. Shame on me for not doing my homework. I didn't even, because nobody would think you can't get genuine leather for less than $50. A big tote bag that looks like what have you? Starts with a V? No way. So you got this croc embossed look here. So that is going to give you the look of some of the most expensive leather in the world. You're getting this big tote bag with zippers on the, no way. Now, you can't have this, but this is just to kind of show you what the size of things that can fit in here. This is Ooh, we gotta sell these at some point. We do have them. I bet you do.
Yeah, that's in the show. I was just kind of fluffing it out.
That is like the cool. All right, this might be the coolest jewelry. Is it jewelry box? Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, it's the coolest ring jewelry box I've ever seen in my life. Looks like green marble. But we digress. Stay focused on the prize here, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna be able to fit a lot of stuff in here. You got this nice sort of neoprene sort of interior here, right, or nylon, and then you've got a zipper interior. You put all your important stuff, right? This is something you could take on vacation. Something you could. Well, it's leather. You could take it to the beach, obviously, but it's really, really nice looking. It's something you could take out wearing your fancy, dress up, something you could be wearing your blue jeans, dress down, dress up, go to, looks like crocodile leather, and it's genuine leather. I was like, man, they really got that faux leather smelling like real leather. No, it's real leather. Item sold, just when I think we've outdone ourselves. Item sold 105 because this would be a great, great price if we were just talking about faux leather, quite frankly. You're getting also this little this sort of little tote bag here. You can use it almost wallet size, a little bit larger. Almost, guess what? Oh, it does. It's clutch. Kind of got a little hand wrist there. So we're talking genuine leather.
That's going to fit most cell phones.
I think so. In fact,
well, it's got a zipper on top.
I'm going to do a very dangerous move here and attempt to, yes, it will fit. So, boom. Fit even the largest, because I have a very large cell phone. So you can fit that in there, you can fit your passports in there, you can fit your important stuff. You can then put this inside of the tote. This, for $47.99, if we're talking about genuine leather, that is possibly something you could find. If you go to one, maybe if you're in Turkey or somewhere and you go to somewhere where you can, get these gangbuster deals, that's what you get for $47.99. What you don't get is the large bag with the zipper. Oh, by the way, the zipper even has genuine leather on it. You're getting that crocodile or alligator embossed. It looks legit and it makes it look all the more expensive. You've got something that we can't show you on TV or on live stream, which is smell-o-vision, we call it in the industry. But you've got that genuine leather smell, that new car smell. It's so nice and so refreshing. This has double zipper use, so you can have your coins or whatever it may be in there. The size is fantastic. I think this goes, obviously, they're meant to go together, but you can take this out if you're just wanting. If you're not wanting, maybe you have another purse, you have another black purse. Folks, you've got to get this less than $50, $47.99. Do we have enough to go around?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Now, let's go over this just a little bit. Very simple on the interior, but you do have this zipper. And I love how you have the lip here, which is going to kind of just sort of give you a little, it's going to be raised up, so you're not going to see that zipper, but if you do, you'll have this little, these two little leather tassel deals going on there, but it's going to keep everything nice and secure inside. So this is something you could take and wear and use every day. If you want to, you could get a larger strap and somehow figure out a way to do that to it. But the most important thing is you're getting value. You're getting genuine leather, and you're getting it at a giveaway price. Now we have one other color, don't we? Is that the brown kind of? I think the pink is sold out. That would have been cute, but I mean, this is the classic. I'm surprised the black's not. Okay, so we have this available in a navy too. So I mean, it's versatile. Look, I'm not a purse dude. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm not a purse dude, but I don't know that this is. I don't know that this has to be a purse. I mean, I think this is something if you're like going to a concert or something, put a couple things in there. I don't know. I think it works. But ladies, you must. And on the exterior, I didn't even point this out because I just noticed it. You've got another large carrying area right here. Okay, on the exterior. So you put whatever in there, keep it nice and secure with a zipper. The thing that really strikes me is that you do have 3 zipper compartments here, right? That's going to make sure everything's safe, secured, and all traveling in style with genuine leather. So understand, this is not the price here for this. In fact, I doubt you get this for $47.99. Genuine leather, but let's just show you that. How cool is that? The $47.99 is going to get you everything. 3 zippers here, 3 zipper compartment, or no, excuse me, 2, forgive me. On this one, you got the exterior, you've got the Newage, which is a very, very luxurious brand we've been doing here for just a very brief time, and then you've got this main interior section where you can fit a pretty large cell phone, but not going to be able to fit a tablet in there, but realistically you can fit most, I would say, most of the Apple phones. You can fit my Samsung phone pretty comfortably in there, and then have a little space or storage area. This will fit very nicely, and they should probably keep them together. But it's your prerogative.
You know what else you need in there?
What's that?
A knife.
So yeah, I was about to say, in case things go south.
In case people think that you're like really wealthy because you have that
maybe you're,
fancy bag, you need to protect yourself.
You know, perhaps you're visiting New York for the first time. Somebody pulls a knife on you, a switchblade. Like, give me your money, man. You're like, she's like, Mick, he's got a knife. Eh? That's not a knife. That's a knife. And he proceeds, just more movie trivia. Pay me no mind if you don't know what I'm talking about. You're like, what is this idiot talking about?
Everybody knows Crocodile.
Crocodile Dundee, yeah, 1987. Even part 2 is good. So you're getting, all right, why am I still holding the purse? So this is item sold 105. We're going to move on to, seamlessly move on to item.
Pull that out of your purse.
Yeah, okay. So we got to keep the purse here. We're gonna multitask here and multi-sell. So you already got this amazing purse. Now let's talk about protection. So that's a knife. Now, this is going to come with a little strap, so if you want to put it on your side, you could sort of, I just didn't attach it before the show, but it's fine. You'll have it right there. Be careful, some certain states and what have you, localities, municipalities do not allow for that, so be mindful of that. But what you will get is this really cool knife here. Now, we had a few of these a while back. We got another shipment in because they were wildly popular. Didn't get a lot in, but we do still have some of these, so you're going to get sort of a last in stock opportunity. But it's a very, very strong knife. You got all these cool designs. This one in particular has the dragon. I think.
Yeah, so we'll go through them. That is flag that you're seeing up there right now.
Okay, so we got this sort of American flag, this really cool hot neon green there with the sort of the black, and it's very sharp. I was kind of shaving a little bit for the show.
This is skulls.
We got skulls, so kind of, yeah, very edgy.
Who doesn't like skulls?
Yeah, who doesn't like skulls?
I'm covered in skulls.
Yeah, are you big? Oh, well, in fact, you are.
Yeah.
Now you gotta come out here and show them.
No.
Come on. That's a very cool jacket.
Thank you. That is called.
That's we got like.
That's called skeleton.
Okay, skeleton. He's kind of a punk rocker skeleton dude, but he's draped with the American flag back behind him. So very, very cool there. We like that.
And then the dragon. Wait, sorry. Then yours is dragon.
I've got this dragon's cool too. Very furious. The protector. Now, just a quick note.
Okay, that's dragon.
Okay, just a quick note, just kind of a CYA note on our part. Be careful. Use common sense. Don't be waving it around willy-nilly. And we're talking about a knife that could be very, 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 very sharp. You can sharpen it with any knife. But the thing I love about it is you've got this protection right here, so that if perhaps, you did have to get in a fight with a wild boar or something of that nature, some creature, or God forbid, whoever, whatever, in whatever scenario, you do have that protection where it's gonna stop at, at your index finger there, because that's gonna kind of keep everything nice and secure. Also, you just take this camping, you take it wherever it's allowed to be taken, and you got something that's very big, very robust, looks cool, has functionality. Look, we're just cutting up tomatoes at the campsite. Whatever it may be, this is a go-to. And it's a nice big look. It's not gigantic where you can't fit it maybe, I don't know, in your purse.
Look at that.
Fits seamlessly in the purse. But yeah, and you, look, it's always good to have a couple of protections. It does have this very, very nice protective case it's going to come with. That's going to strap on, so you don't have to worry about you're digging in for your keys and oops, I accidentally cut my finger. No, you've got a nice protective case that's going to buckle in very securely, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. If you wanted to perhaps keep it, in your purse, just as an added layer of, hey, dude, back off or whatever. You know what I mean? Or just something functionality wise, like, well, does anybody have a knife? Anybody got a pocket knife? I can't remember how many times people have said that. And I always want to be the dude that's just like, yeah, I got one right here. I'm usually not.
My dad was. Like my dad.
My granddad always had a pocket knife on him.
Yeah.
Always.
And when you have one, you always need it.
Yep, yep, yeah. And he used to use it for everything.
Yeah.
So this is just something because it's not too big, not too small, and it does have that sort of added fierceness with all these really cool designs there. That it could say also, you know, hey, I'm pretty awesome, and maybe you need to back off, but also you're gonna get lots of compliments. I think these are just really cool designs, really well made, and it comes with a lot. Folks, this is $17.99. $17.99, very functional. You know, if there's a predator out there chasing you, it's 1987. You're Arnold Schwarzenegger with a bunch of special team forces. Another deep pull. You need one of those knives.
Look at this, what Judith says.
I ain't got time to bleed. Who says that?
I mean, it's got 4 5-star reviews.
4 or 5-star reviews. Not a lot of reviews, but all of them 5-star? Impossible.
Yeah.
Nice. My grandsons liked them. They were delivered on time. Thank you. The knives with skeletons, really something special because the handle glows in the dark. Oh.
I didn't realize that bright green stuff was glow in the dark.
Well, I guess I should have known that.
Judith taught us something.
Shame on me. Judith, good looking out. This glows in the dark. Now, we've got like a million studio lights in. It's not realistic for us to turn all these studio lights off. So that's something. Judith speaks the truth. And it's bright. How did we not pick up on that?
Well.
So it's going to neon glow in the dark. Again, talk about going camping. This is the ideal.
Yeah.
Because you lose a pocket knife, you lose whatever, but you can't lose something that glows. Take 3 neon green. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great get. How many do we have left? We've got it available in most of those. We got it, like I said, we got the second shipment in, $17.99, folks. You've also got a $9 budget pay. $9.
We got lots to go around.
Okay, so we have enough to go around. Take advantage of it. You're going to have that strap. You can wear it on the side when you're out there in the woods or wherever you're going to be, or at a party, or just wanting to look cool because you're going to have a big, cool knife handle that will remain sort of exposed. Kind of a little added, hey, you know, maybe back off, or just, hey, I'm really cool, really fashionable, because each of these is going to have those really cool prints. So I'm going to move on just because of constraints of time. Such a cool item. Yeah. Now, before we move on, this is item, sold 106. We're going to have Stephanie come out here and stab me a little bit with it, just so we can kind of give you an idea of how this works in real time. Now, Stephanie, if you would, please. I'm just kidding. All right, so we're going to put that in item sold 105, which is that amazing purse. Look, we're having fun today, folks. We hope you're enjoying yourself as well. Lots of cool sort of gift items, interesting items, eclectic mix that we're bringing you today. A lot of fun. I always love these shows. I love the jewelry shows. Those are great, and that's a passion of mine as well. But when we have these like shows with all this really cool stuff that you can have for both yourself and that you can gift to friends and you can not have to break the bank on, that's always fun too. So I hope you're enjoying yourselves as well. And
you just don't even know you need some of this stuff until you see it.
That's right. That's 100%. I mean, those candles. I mean, the candle holders are absolutely gorgeous. So
and a set of 3 watches.
You want to see a set of 3 watches? Now, we had a little something for the guys to open the show. Really cool, I'd say sort of Special Forces style watch. This one is going to be great for everybody as well. A little bit smaller on the face, but absolutely very, very fashion forward, very sleek, very stylish. And look, we like our electronic watches. Those are pretty neat and everything. And they have some really cool functionality. But so does just knowing the time when your phone dies or when your watch dies. Mm-hmm. In the case of the aforementioned, isn't there something to be said for just bringing back old school functionality? Now, ladies, this is going to be the ideal for you. I don't want to scare the guys away. It'll be fine for them too, but this is going to be definitely
we have different colors. So.
Yeah, it's on the medium size. Yeah, let me hold them all up. But I think it works for the guys though too. So I don't want to alienate anybody. Like I said, with the larger ones, I think those work fine for the ladies as well. See, these are going to fit on virtually any wrist. Now I'm going to take this one and put it back with the others. So we've got 3 wildly popular colors here, right? Pink, super zeitgeisty right now. That movie, cute. I thought it was a cute little movie. That a lot of you may have seen. Really sort of catapulted pink. Not that it ever went out of style.
Please tell me you did not see that.
I did. I want to see what all the hubbub was about. It was a cute little movie. You know, it was what it was. It was what it promised to be.
Yeah, that's
not the best.
Anyway,
You never saw it. You never saw it? I like to say sir. Is that like I don't know if that's a New York
So this
thing.
is the one that you're getting. So yeah, give the.
All right. So look, we've got this. Nothing. Look. You know what?
You can totally wear that.
Yes. So this is the blue with the orange. Blue looks fantastic with orange. This is Strata. So again, we're talking Japanese movement, right? We've got the black classic. Going to go with anything in your wardrobe. Let me give you the price real quick before we get to this amazing pink. $15.99. You got this nice silicone strap. Going to be perfect for everyday wear. This is your go-to every day. You wake up in the morning, and you put it on. You fall asleep with it on. You do whatever with it on. You do have, I believe, a level of water resistance with this. Don't quote me on that.
Let's go through this colors first. See, there's that one, and then there's this one.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have in studio here, ladies and gentlemen, are just setting down. I'm losing my mind. Here we are. We've got the pink, the blue, the black with the orange. The black has a little bit of white in the surrounding. You got the surrounding area, and the pink has almost like a light. What would we call this? We'll call that sort of a light, almost like a light sort of blushy blue. But then you've also got a blue with a little bit of orange there. I think blue and orange are really, really great matches, even though I'm a Georgia fan, not a big Gator fan. But I got to give the devil their due. They got their great match of color here, don't you think? I love that. Then you've got this really refreshing sort of mint green here, which is fantastic as well. I got a pair of on cloud shoes that would match that perfectly. They're sort of green. I can't wear them with anything. They're interesting looking, but man, that would look cool. And green's just very, very popular, obviously, with everybody. And then you got this really cool red here, refreshing red there. All of these are going to be with Strata, which is, you're talking Japanese movement. You've got very, very strategic movement, very, very dialed in, no pun intended. You do have your dial here on the side. You've got the Roman numerals, which I think is really cool. And, you know, the kids can figure that out.
So this is the orange and multicolor. So if once they hit that link, they're going to get to the website and they can choose their color.
Yeah. Now a couple of these, like there might be. I think there was one I just saw that might have been $19.99. Look, in that case, if you want, I don't want to dissuade you from doing the buy all here, but if you do decide to do that, you might want to call the personal shoppers and just let them know, hey, this is going to be for the for the live stream, and maybe see if they can get down that was like one of them that might have been $19.99. It's probably. But just say, hey, look, they offered these for $15.99. I was wondering if I could get this one color as well for $15.99. I think if you're doing the buy all, I think you could work something out with them. It shouldn't be an issue. It's 877-899-0490. But for the most part, either way, you're spending less than our normal everyday price of $20, which, by the way, is a killer price. Yeah. So you're going to save a big percentage there, probably around 20% or so. By getting it today on the live stream. And a little bit of a note about that, just keep in mind we can't guarantee any of the prices. In fact, typically they do jump back up after our shows end or 24 hours from when our shows end, depending on what we tell you at the time. Sometimes it changes for us. So the live stream today as I speak today's the 30th. I want to wish everybody a happy coming New Year. But these will be great gifts to get in the coming New Year. But you've got about 24 hours from right now that you're 100% guaranteed the prices that we have on the website there now, okay? And you're going to be redirected to item, for example, with this, sold 107. I don't know. There's not a bad one in the bunch, though. That's one of the cool things. I love it when we have a presentation where every single one of them is desirable. There's not like one that's like, that one's just sort of, I can take it or leave it. These are all fantastic. It just depends on what your style is, really. But there's no denying. Look, these ones that we have here on set. Here's the blue with the orange, the black, classic, the pink, and that's for TikTok and for everybody else. You guys seeing those? So really, really cool mix. Very fashion forward, very chic, and I like the feel. I really like the feel of this band too. So yeah, this sort of silicone strap just feels like almost like shark skin. It's very cool.
Look at the reviews on this.
And again, this is going to work for the ladies, absolutely. I think make an argument for the guys because it's not super teeny tiny necessarily. But I think this definitely works for the ladies, 100%. Now this little part right here, this is just going to be an extra little piece. You want to make sure, be mindful that that stays on here or there. But that'll just slide on here.
Anita bought every color. Carol loves them, says they're comfortable and keep good time.
Drop that on right there.
23 people have written in for 4.6 star average reviews.
23 people, 4.6. It's almost virtually impossible to get anything over 4 when we get that many people around. So that does speak to the satisfaction level on this. Now, in terms of the size, can we go back up there? Because that's off, I think. Because it's what I saw on the size. On the website, no, all the way to the top. On the website, it says 5.5 to 6.5 inches that it's going to accommodate. That is not true. That's just look, sometimes that's not going to be the case. Because look, I wear about, I can squeeze into 7.75, but this goes up to an 8, okay? Because I got some wiggle room here. So it does go up to an 8, and 8 is the ideal for me. So just a quick clarification on that. So 5.5. Now you've got all these, you got all the jumps. So it goes down to 5.5, but this will go up to 8 if you want to get one, like a his and hers kind of situation or something, ladies. So just a heads up on that. But an amazing item, a mixture of those, and this is something I think we very easily could sell on air. So I always want to kind of point it out whenever we get to a point where we have something that I think would be a big seller, and that's just to kind of put a little motivation to you that, look, if this gets a showing on air, chances are these would probably be gone. I think I could even sell these very quickly on an overnight TV show. So I want you to take advantage of it. You're going to see it at the lowest price we've ever had it, whether it be TV or anywhere else, and you're getting them for a great deal. I encourage you to get them all. They're all fun. They're all very flirty. They're all very nice, and they work for both men and women, I think, depending on which color you get. So take advantage of that, ladies and gentlemen. Under $20, and that's the theme of today's show. Most items we're going to bring you here on this one, and we've got at least another almost hour with you, are going to be items that are under $50. They're going to be items that you didn't know you needed. They're going to be items that are fun, that are sort of inventive, and something you're going to really enjoy for yourself, and something you might enjoy getting as a gift, for that person that's maybe hard to shop for. So you're going to see a lot of those different items as well. Now, we've got this speaker. I specifically asked for this because it was a bestseller. Remember, I was struggling because I think I ended up playing a song, but as long as you don't go 15 seconds, you don't have to pay the rights. You like the band?
The band?
Yeah. Are you familiar with them?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't want to bring it back up.
I mean, that's from the 70s, right?
Yeah, the band. Yeah.
I've heard. Yeah.
Anyway, very cool band. A lot of you might know the band. It's the band named the band. But anyway, I played it the other day when we were showing this, and I love this item so much, I requested that we specifically get it back. You've got this really cool neon glow, what looks like it would just be a cool piece of really nice contemporary modern home light that you would keep at your house. It actually is a functional light, can make a great night lamp for children or adults, doesn't matter. So you have these really cool designs on these. You got a couple different ones to choose from. Actually, you don't. I think we're down to
the stars.
Okay, so this is the last in stock opportunity. It's got the LED light. You got the stars here. Fantastic on this one. Folks, it's $10. $10. I was dying, and guess what? It's a speaker. I was dying to try to get a speaker that I could just have for when I take a shower, right? My speaker, I left it somewhere, and it hasn't returned home to me yet. Really nice Bose one that I had. But I needed something that was functional, that wasn't too big, not too small, and I couldn't find anything. I went to even the big stores, and it was like 20, 30, 40 bucks. I was like, I just want a small speaker that I can play while I'm in the shower or when I'm sitting out by the pool enjoying music with me, myself, and my friends. Something that's not a huge boom box, if you guys remember those in the 80s, but something that has strong sound, something that has a good projection of sound. This would have been ideal. Instead, I went and spent more money than I should have. I think I spent like 20, 29 bucks. I just wanted kind of something that wasn't too terribly expensive for something that was less than this. When I could have gotten this for $10. And then I think like the next day after I made that purchase, we ended up selling these on air. And I was like, I'm such a sucker. And I'd already taken it out of the box. I'd already played it. I'd already showered with it. There's no returning it. But this is going to be your opportunity to get something that's very stylish, very sleek, that has great sound to it. And instead of me sitting there fumbling to try to get the sound going, Stephanie,
yeah,
can I trouble you to maybe, and we can circle back with the sound. We'll come back later in the show to the sound. It has fantastic sound though on this one, but here's the problem. They're very limited, okay? Estimated retail value $99. I think it's a little high, but $59, definitely not out of the realm of possibility. $10, totally out of the realm of possibility until today. All right, it'll be items sold 108. You've got your rechargeable port here. It's going to be a micro USB. Most of us have the micro USB. There's so many household items that use those, but it also will come with that. Then you've got this little area for a little SD card. So if you want to put in, if you want to go and load up on an MP3 or MP4, one of them's a movie, the other one's I think sound. But if you wanted to load up an entire catalog of music, of like thousands of songs, you slide that SD chip in there, and you've got your ready mixed tape, so to speak. If another deep pull there. But this is an amazing item here, folks. And you've also even got an FM radio deal on this as well, if I remember correctly. Yes. So, rechargeable battery, going to last you a good long time. If you look underneath, you've got the sort of subwoofer there, right? Going to give you some nice, good, rich bass sound there as well. And folks, this is going to be a go-to for just everyday use. For example, like the aforementioned example that I use. You know, so when I'm showering, you listen to some music, maybe you got a podcast or a, book on tape or whatever. I had the unfortunate circumstance where my truck, I had a faulty electrical deal that went on, and without radio, without Bluetooth, without all that stuff, and it makes for a lonely drive. Just get one of these, put it next to you. That's a very rare circumstance, I'm sure, these days, but the point is that it can be multi-use. Take it anywhere with you. It's nice and sleek. It's got that really nice curvature too, so it's not going to be banging around if it rolls down wherever. It's going to be nice and sort of sleek. Very, very cool in the design, but there are very few of these left. $10. I just want to show that again because this was a really fun item that I really liked, and I know is a great value here too, but it's also a functional light too, so I think it works great on a nightstand. It's not going to take up too much real estate for that. Again, you also have a USB port here as well. So lots of uses here. And folks, $10 giveaway price. You also, oh, by the way, you also have the $3.34 budget pay on this for about the cost of some French fries there. You can get that home today, and then you're going to pay, I don't know, 10 cents plus 12 cents a day for the remaining 2 months. Not too bad. So that will be items sold 108. In fact, let me put that behind me. Just kind of let him sit over here with these. Let him live with the little lamps that we got you, little candle holders. All right. And another thing, really quickly as we move on, I want to point out though, you do have different degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4 of brightness there as well. So I'm going to leave it on the highest one. Great night lamp. And then you just wake up in the morning, listen to your jams. Isn't that cool? All right, folks, so that one's sold 108. Moving forward to item sold 109 is...
We're going to do those, we're going to do the Buddha.
Where are you, Buddha? Buddha?
Look down.
Aha! Okay. So, noteworthy thing here, and thing I had to correct myself on. I thought these had lights in them because they light up. You've got this really, really cool texturing here. All right? You've got, for example, here's the Buddha, and we're going to get that information up in just a moment. But some really, really, really interesting artwork. You've got really, really great frames, and you've got the 3D texturing with all these, like, almost look like little gemstones here. And this is a fun item that you can, look, I mean, look at that. Almost impressionistic, for those of you that are familiar with that kind of artwork. Or, I don't know, it's really, the thing I like about these, and we've got a couple different prints of, it's an eclectic mix, right? So it's whatever your jam is. We've got this really beautiful, almost looks like a lotus flower almost, with this really beautiful bloom, this black and gold, which those colors we talked about the zeitgeistiness of things. Those are like really, really hot right now. I love how you got this sort of almost like a silvery golden frame here, which looks really, really expensive. Here one, you have more of the gold, which really corresponds well with the flower theme there. It's going to be great for, you know, unisex in terms of just the kind of look, the universal appeal of them. But this one, really, really neat. You've got like a snow globe deal with a house. You got a beautiful green tree, the rich greens here. This one's kind of trippy. It's got like a little house. It's got a big, beautiful, almost mushroom style tree here, all encased in this really pretty globe.
No, that one's, I'm sorry, I wasn't watching what you were doing. That one's separate. We're going to do that one separate.
Okay, forgive me.
So these two,
we'll get back to that.
These two are the same.
Okay, so these.
So this is what you get. You get the Buddha.
Okay, so we're getting Buddha.
I was downloading images.
Oh yeah, they do both have that golden frame.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they are.
So you have a choice of Buddha, $27.99.
Okay, $27.99.
You have a golden leaf. That's that one.
So that would be this one.
That's $37.
So that one's going to be slightly larger, $37.99. Going to take up a little bit more real estate.
We have a tree that's behind you.
Okay, that's.
No, it's on the screen.
Okay, and then this one available. Oh, how cool is that? Look at this, and that one's still available.
Yes, yeah, all of these are available.
Okay, all these available.
We have plenty to go around.
With sort of a crescent moon, it's going to have the same sort of golden frame. The interesting thing in the optical illusion. Okay.
The other one that we don't have in the studio is this elephant.
Hello.
So those are all four, and the elephant's $37.99. So they get to the website, they can see the differences.
Okay, so these are going to be different prices. Let's not attempt to try to conflate the prices because they're individually going to be different sizes. Obviously, they're going to be different prints. But you have the option of this really cool Buddha. Buddha, obviously, you got somebody that's very relaxed. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Buddhist to enjoy Buddha, enjoy philosophy.
Everybody loves Buddha.
Oh yeah. It's like Jesus. He's like he's a cool guy, you know. And he's very laid back and has very great philosophy. So and takes on life. So that very, very cool. But you do have all this cool sparkly in the sort of hair or headdress here, and also on his shoulders there. And then you got these sort of almost rich neon, almost impressionistic sort of blurred together. Oh, very, very beautiful. I really like that a lot. And it's gonna present a tone of relaxation and rest and mindfulness. Then you got this really, really cool sort of, this is very avant-garde. You got that gold and the black. You got a really pretty flower, but it's not necessarily super duper feminine, but it can be. So I think this works really for everybody. It's a little bit on the large side. Can we get the actual dimensions? And then I'm gonna get to this. Oh, piece de resistance, this blue elephant. How cool is that? How cool is that? That is, I don't know. I might be biased because when I was a kid, I went to Ringling Brothers in Barnum and Bailey, and I saw King Tusk. He's like this elephant with these gigantic, like ridiculously large tusks that they had all adorned and ornate. But this elephant looks really, really cool. I love the fact they did that blue with the gold. Such an interesting contrast and cool color. That one's really neat. I wish we had that one too, but that one's going to be available to you. Probably limited, I would imagine, on that one, but very, very cool. They're all going to come with this same sort of almost like a silvery golden frame. The reason why I say silvery golden is because I had the optical illusion earlier. These are both the same color frame, but when I was looking at this one, it almost had more of a silver tone to it, and I thought this one had a gold tone, and I made that mistake. No, they're both the same. It just depends on what the print is on the inside, which sort of lends itself. So I think that's a really cool frame too. It looks very, very nice, very classy, almost very velvety. So this one will have that same frame.
The Buddha is 23.6, 24 by 32.
24 inches by 32. I'm about 6'2", just to kind of give you an idea of scale. So 24 by 32.
And then
it's
saying the same thing for the leaf, and the leaf is bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, it is clearly bigger, so that might be.
So there, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this one in terms of size, let's give you an idea of scale. We're talking about not a lot, but yeah, definitely more. Yeah. More so in terms of their size. These I think these make they go great together though, because you're keeping that same theme, but you've also got wildly sort of really different looks but they're going to go great together. I think this would go great with all of them. So if you want to maybe get this one and this one and this one, maybe stagger them on a staircase or whatever you want to do, just put them around the apartment. You're going to have that really cool, very vintage and classy and classic look, but you're going to have all this really kind of cool, this sort of sparkling texturing that gives it a three-dimensionality, really adds to that artwork. Now, ditto that with the elephant, just on the ears here, and you can see on the front of the legs there, and a little bit in the, sort of the head region, and of course the tusk region there, you're going to see all that sparkly, which I thought, quite frankly, I thought these were, because we had done these during Christmas time, so I thought it was one of those that you put the lights on, and it has little lights in them, but it almost gives you that look and that impression. Because it does kind of light things up a little bit, and it just reflects off all the light that you have in the room. So that's a really cool item. You got these almost like little gemstones in there too, a little faceting. Very, very interesting. Very, very different. Looks extremely expensive, and you're not going to pay a fortune for it. You're going to get them for less than $50. So I encourage you to get all three. You've got the elephant. You've got, again, these are going to be slightly, give or take, $5-10. They're going to be a little bit different in the size. Now, the elephant is going to be the size of Buddha or our flower. That's one thing I want to check, just so we can give an idea, because we don't have that one in studio.
They both say the same size, so obviously it's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you got to get the elephant. I'd say best, depending on which size you want, not too far off, right? So whether it's the larger or the smaller, I think this is going to be a great size for most walls. We're talking very, very minimal difference. So we're going to move on. This is item sold.
We're going to read some reviews.
Oh, let's read some reviews. This is item sold 109, just so we're clear. Sold 109 is going to take you to Buddha, to flower, golden flower, and into our amazing elephant. Now, lots of 5-star reviews. I love this gorgeous blue elephant. It's absolutely fabulous. I should have bought both paintings.
Yeah.
She should have bought all three.
I guess it doesn't come with the hardware. This person loves it, but says they haven't. It doesn't. What comes behind it?
Okay. Yeah. The hardware for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
like
this one.
You get it. Well, chances are you probably have some of that extra. A lot of the things, the prints and paintings and stuff that you have. Look behind those. You'll find like a little bag of
Deborah
hardware.
says
So
just get some command strips.
I'm sorry, get some.
Deborah says just get some command strips for
Okay.
hanging.
Some command strips. Is that like a double sided?
Have you never seen those? Yeah.
Oh,
They're
like double-sided tape?
3M. They're huge.
Oh yeah. I have one of those on my exterior. That I put a wreath out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some command strips. Easy fix. That's in. We can go to the Dollar Tree or whatever. Grab some. We probably have something on our website. So that's negligible.
Look
but
what Yolanda says.
Very pretty picture. Looks great on my wall. Very colorful.
She says, "Run, don't walk."
Oh, I missed that one. Where was the run, don't walk? Am I missing it?
It's right here.
Okay. Oh, highly recommended. Run, don't walk to buy these. Wait a second. That's one of our lines.
That's our line.
And then she proceeds to say a bunch of really amazing stuff about it. So yeah, these are fun. They're inexpensive. They look expensive. And they, quite frankly, they probably should be a heck of a lot more expensive. But they're going to give you that really classy and prestigious and sort of eclectic mix of things. So maybe you have like a little pool house or something. Maybe you have like a rental property that's kind of pre-furnished or something. You want something that's really classy, really cool, just kind of set up. Or maybe you have like a little, I don't know, a little beach house or something, or a little, I don't know, anything really. But I mean, I can see this in like a very expensive mansion. I can see it in, a college apartment, just adding a little bit of class and flair there. So really, really neat, really, really cool, really, really different, and I kind of appreciate different.
And that's what I love about us. We just do stuff that other people don't do. Yeah.
It's very avant-garde. It's kind of a cool look. You've got cool designs, and again, I think they work. Look, if I saw this in a young man's apartment, I'd be like, that's awesome. If I saw it in a $1 million home, I'd think, oh, that's expensive. So it's like, I think it's got a great sort of universal theme here, and it's got all that cool three-dimensionality, which sort of makes it different. It is different. It's a unique and cool take, and you can't go wrong. You got all this beautiful sort of satiny finish surrounding it. So really, really cool, and pennies on the dollar. Interesting.
I know you did reviews, but
I'll keep going. I can look at this all day long.
You got to read what Judith says. She says, I have her pulled up right there.
Beyond gorgeous. This is a Christmas gift for a family member, and I've ordered 6 more for of different varieties. The shipment made me nervous, wondering if maybe it was going to have some crystals come loose, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
I know all my family members are going to be surprised and extremely delighted with the artwork. Why do I have it turned around the wrong way? She's absolutely right. That's a 5-star review among many 5-star reviews. This one's going to be definitely one of the larger ones of the two, but I gotta say, don't sleep on that. That look at that combination of colors. I love the oranges and blues and as Judith was just talking about, these different gemstones that you see on here that make it light up. And when you have any source of light kind of on it, so put it in your living room, the sun comes in, and you're gonna see just this huge light return from all these beautiful little gemstones that they kind of attach to it. Now, those are probably Austrian crystals, but they got really, really almost I think what they've done with a couple of these, you're seeing like almost like a sort of a rainbow, almost like mystic topaz type sheen that they each have on them, which gives them, just makes them super duper bright. I really cannot speak highly enough about the look, about the quality, and then you've got sort of almost this is a very, almost feels like a sheen that they put over it, sort of like really, really nice. It's very smooth here. So it's not going to be like paintbrush strokes, but you've got really, really cool in terms of the texturing, in terms of the colors. You can't beat it. It's amazing. And
all right, now we're going to do that little one.
Now we're going to shift gears. So
yeah.
we got the Buddha. We got this one. Then we got the amazing flower.
Yeah.
That's sort of really on fire, golden flower. And then we're going to shift gears here and take you to Kansas in a snow globe sort of design here, which is really, really cool. The beautiful tree, almost a mushroom shape because of it's almost pictured in one of those like snow globes here. How cool. This totally works with the others, but look at that richness of color. Tell me that's not amazing. This is so interesting. Such a cool vibe. You get this almost like sort of a flakes of stars or what have you. And then in the background, if you'll see that in the background there, you're going to see, I don't know how well you can see it. Here, there you go, TikTok. But all this like sort of landmass behind it. It's got a really, really strong 3-dimensional look to it. That spherical shape here. So, eclectic mix here. This is sort of what I'm talking about in the background. It's almost as if this is floating in space, or like up in the air, and then you see down below. Hence, I said the sort of, let's take us to Kansas, because you got sort of a nice old school style, just like traditional style little house there with a nice window. You got all these beautiful little floral patterns going on here that kind of go up the tree, and then you see all these beautiful almost sort of ornaments in the tree. You got it all rounded off, almost like it's in a snow globe. This one's going to be a little bit smaller than some of the other ones, but you've got a pretty decent size here too. So this is maybe for that wall that's a little bit, less real estate on there. This is going to be a really cool, really interesting. It's one of those ones I think you can stare at for probably stare at for like 20, 30, 45 minutes and still not get enough of it, because there's so much to see. There's so much texturing, so much richness, so much vibrance. Now down below here, something you probably can't see featured here. You've got, it almost looks like clouds. It's kind of going to be one of those in the eye of the beholder type paintings that I think every time you look at it or your friends look at it, they're each going to see something different. But this is $14.99. It's the last left in the prints of this particular size, of which you're probably talking about I'd say probably 2 by 2, a little less, 20 by 20, something like that.
That's right.
Oh, is the information there?
That's right.
What am I missing? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 20 by 20. Okay, forgive me. 20 by 20 on this one. Very, very pretty. It almost kind of has a birdhouse look, but a house look. Again, in the eye of the beholder, it's a very, it's a groovy vibe. But again, much like with the previous items, you are going to have, where you're seeing these little sort of white specks here, those are going to be your gemstones, which give it that 3-dimensionality. Now, we just had one of our clients that was talking about in one of the many 5-star reviews, talking about how there was some concern that
this one has even
some
more.
of the gemstones would fall off, and that they don't in shipping. That's not to say that maybe 1 or 2 of them don't, but for the most part, those are nice and secured here. Sparkling, tasteful.
This one has 16 perfect 5-star reviews.
Do you hear that? 16 perfect 5-star reviews. Yep. Again, I think this works great for the guys. Works great for the gals. This is the last one we had in stock. This is probably very, very limited. So if you love this, and what's not to love? It's something different. Don't we love different? Don't we love something that's out of the mainstream? Something that's not going to be. I mean, look, we can all. I like Norman Rockwell. I like the Van Gogh impressionistic painting prints that you see in a lot of places. But this is kind of different, but it's also got a classic vibe to it as well. And it's something, as I said before, that I think every time somebody looks at it, they're going to see something different and notice something different in terms of the texturing, the three-dimensionality of it, and all that goes with that. And it all framed in a very, very classy sort of satiny gold framing, which I think really puts it all together quite nicely, does it not? And this one in particular, you've got all the richness of those greens, which I think are really, really going to bring to life whatever wall or wherever you might have this put at. So
look what you could get.
Okay, so all right, let's take you out there shopping here. $150.
It's usually $200.
Down from $200. Now, it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's cool.
This guy's kind of cool. But this is kind of cool. We're sort of in the same vein of just something that's a little bit outside the mainstream that you could spend a fortune on. They have a little bit of probably these gemstone things here going on.
It's not framed, and it's only 12 by 12.
It's not framed. So let's see. Geocrystal wall art is what we're calling that. Resin, yep. 3D painting, yep. Check, check, check. So we're apples to apples. Slightly, obviously, a different color theme there, but $150. So for virtually the same type of deal here. Again, we're not quite apples to apples, but very close to it. You're talking about $150, normally $200. So let's just go with $150. Heck, let's go with $99. It doesn't matter. You're paying $14.99 for this. So that one's 12 inches by 12 inches, by the way, too. Ours is about 20 by 20, just shy. Okay. How many do we have?
Like 100.
All right, so we got about 100 here, about 2 per state. So you can get one for yourself, get one for your get one for wherever in the home you want it to be. Maybe a bathroom, maybe maybe I don't know, a little downstairs gaming area. Maybe this works for virtually any room. The theme is not so specific that it has to be sort of just sort of typecasted into one kind of room. I think it works great as a living room piece or wherever. Really, quite frankly. I think it'd be cool in a large bathroom. I think it'd be cool in a gaming area, in a little study area, wherever. Do with it what you want, but it is fantastic, and it could very easily be $150. They'd probably sell a decent amount of them, who knows? But for $14.99, just get it home. You'll love it. But it is the last in stock, and we got about maybe 90 to 100 of them. So that's a really cool item. I can't say enough about just like the spherical nature of it. It's kind of cool, and then the three-dimensionality. And again, you've got those beautiful gemstones, which do add a nice layer of texturing there. So we can move on. That one's going to be sold $110 though. So this one's going to be sold $110. I don't want you to confuse that with sold $109, which included the flower and the.
Speaking of games,
do we not have this one available?
I don't know why the warehouse sent that one. It's not on the other ones.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So sorry about the tease there, but look into it. That's a cool one too, though. Okay, fair enough. Probably sold out though. That's the deal, I would imagine on that. All right, so we're gonna move on from sold 110, which is that beautiful sort of spherical Kansas painting with all the really trippy stuff going on in the background and the picket fence, to the next item, which.
Speaking of games, is why I said speaking of games.
Anybody want to challenge me to tic-tac-toe? I am the reigning champion. I will also beat you at Connect 4. But what we have here are multi-gemstones. Talk about class. Talk about that really cool eclectic item that's not going to take up a ton of space. Look,
we do have that one, Chris. I'm going to scan it in.
Put the brakes on. We're going to do a real quick.
talk about it, but that is available.
I just want to flash it in. This is available. It is really, really cool. It's similar in that gold themed deal with these beautiful trees. That one is available.
Yeah.
So we're going to scan that one in. It will be available to you. It's about the size of our Buddha that we showed you a little back. In fact, precisely. Okay? Yeah. So that one is available. $27.99, under $30 for that one. Really, really pretty. I love that golden. Oh my gosh, there's an elephant in there. All right, I love it. You're going to love it too. See that elephant? How cool. All right, but we digress. That is amazing though. I really like that one a lot too. I'm so glad it's available. All right. Man, that is cool. Oh, and you got these birds too. They're pterodactyls. Okay. Now, tic-tac-toe. As I was saying, you've got a low profile here, right? So it's not going to take up a ton of real estate, but you do have a nice space here, about the size of a I don't know, baby's head. Of a young baby's head. Tic-tac-toe with genuine gemstones here. We got amethyst crystals, nice high polish on those. We got the X's, we got the O's. Just a fun thing to have, just have up on the counter for people to mess around with while they're, sitting around and hanging out, as opposed to watching TV. And well, you definitely want to watch live streams and TV. There's certain TVs and many live streams that you should be watching. But when you're just kind of relaxing, maybe you want to put it into a cabin or wherever. This is something that you can take on the go. You can take all your gemstones out. They're amethyst, so we've got February's birthstone as well. Really cool. Lots of carat weight there too. These are very, very heavy. They got a really beautiful, almost like very like geocrystal type vibe going on there. So you got some beautiful purples. You got some richer Concord purples. You got some Rose de France, and then you got this, which is going to be genuine wood. So it's going to be carved. And you got all these little areas for gaming, kind of cool stuff. This is just a fun, really neat item. This is something, it's like you didn't know you needed it until you needed it. You're going on an airplane, oh man, my phone, I grab that little, look, this is going to seamlessly fit into anything, perhaps even like I don't know, maybe that purse that we sold you earlier, or that carrying bag. Fit very seamlessly into there. It's not going to take up a whole lot of space. And you're going to have genuine gemstones. That's worth the price of admission. Folks, we're talking about $29.99. Can we get is there like
no.
There's not really a carat weight. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're talking about a heavy, heavy amount of carat weight in terms of these. Now, again, they're not going to be, your sparkling crystals are very beautiful. Some nice sort of translucence with some of these in terms of your amethyst there. Of course, your purple quartz. But I love the fact that you've got a little bit of sort of different. You got the richer, darker purples, and then the sort of Rose de France, which really kind of makes a really, really beautiful and cool looking mixture there. And then you've got, again, just something that's very sort of organic and wood grain there. It's got a nice sort of tan polish on it there too. Staining, and it's very smooth too. So it's not going to give you, it's not going to give you like splinters and stuff when I'm beating you at tic-tac-toe. So just a fun, cool item. And again, not going to break the bank, but it's going to give you a whole bunch of genuine gemstones for that gemstone lover, or that person who just wants something really, really neat and eclectic. That's something kind of out of the mainstream. Maybe it's a hard person to buy for, that you want to get a gift for, but it's like they got everything they want. This is something they're going to be like, oh, that's really cool. It's just fun. It can go anywhere. It can go on a shelf. And it's not going to own the room, but it's going to be something that's kind of like, oh, that's neat. What kind of gemstone is that? It's kind of a conversation starter too. Again, you've got 4 X's, 4 O's, and a plethora of carat weight, genuine gemstones, genuine wood there. A fun piece. Fun piece. Great for the kids. Keep them busy. Yeah, maybe look, they're in the back seat, or your grandchildren in the back seat. They're going on a family vacation. Maybe they're going to get their Christmas tree. The Griswold family Christmas tree. This would be something the kids can do in the back seat that's not going to be like them staring at a screen. Kind of neat. I like it. Yeah, and very inexpensive too. We're talking about $29.99. What you're paying for here, basically, folks, you're paying mainly for the genuine gemstones, which, again, that's going to be a very large carat weight amount on your very, very nicely polished amethyst there. So I think that's great. It's got a lot of great reviews as well. Grandson loves this, says someone. Bought this from my grandson, who's an environmentalist. He loves anything made of natural wood or gemstones. He absolutely loved this tic-tac-toe set. So yeah, maybe you get it for that person in your life that just
the tree huggers in your life.
Yeah, for the tree huggers in your life. Nothing wrong with that. So they can go and.
Yeah, well, I love a tree.
Yeah, and look,
I'll hug it.
Yeah, and it's got a little bit of the tree going on there. No trees died to make. Wait, did they?
No,
we digress.
It was harvested naturally.
It was harvested naturally. Yes. But again, I like one of the things I really like about this though is the smoothness of it all. Like it's not abrasive, and I'm really really digging. In fact, it is kind of substantial here, right? So it's not like we're not talking about. It's not plastic, right? And it's real gemstones. It's not glass or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with any of that stuff. They all have their place. But it's not cheap. It's a real piece of wood. It's real genuine gemstones. It doesn't necessarily, although it's substantial, you can hold it in one hand. It's kind of got that sort of effect of just being just kind of practical in terms of the size. It's not like bulky. It's not going to take up a ton of space. It's got a low profile, but it's also something if you wanted to kind of put it maybe like on a little stand or something and kind of have it just sort of sitting up, it'd be very, very beautiful, and then you'd have the display. I think that'd be kind of the ideal in my mind. Like for example, let's just say this is an item we have coming up. This is not a stand per se, but let's just say this case opens up and it was sort of at an angle. I think that'd be really pretty. Just kind of display it and maybe get a wood base thing or whatever.
Well, Julie says you can hang it on the wall.
Oh, you totally could. Now, my concern. Let's see.
I mean, you would have to glue the pieces in. Yeah, you would.
Kind of could. Again, about a 7 on the Mohs hardness scale. Quartz 7.5. So. Not gonna hurt anything here. Or if you just wanted to use them, to sort of, throw at your producer, you just. I'm just kidding. But
Hunter threw a finger at me one time.
Did he really?
Yes.
When
he was looking, it hit me.
Well, Hunter's a good. He's a good dart player. Yeah. He's like an idiot savant at darts. He's really good. So don't let him hustle you in darts.
All right.
He'll play one game where he plays really bad and spend a little money. Don't do that. Don't do that. He's good. So yeah, I could imagine. Fingers are like darts. Those little jewelry fingers. Mm-hmm. Fun. He's a hoot. All right, folks. There you go. Very inexpensive. Under 50. Under $30. Grab those up. That's a really cute, cool item, and lots of genuine gemstones there too. Now we're going from one genuine gemstone look to what looks to me to be like marble. I've never seen these before until today, and I love it. This is going to be your ring jewelry box. It's going to be about, let's say, 10.5, 11.5 inches by about 7.5, 8. But you're going to be able to fit a plethora of rings, knuckle rings, smaller rings, doesn't matter. You can fit your ear, you can put some studs in there. You've also got here this sort of bracelet or necklace holder here. And one of the things I love about that, you have this sort of kangaroo pouch here that you can sort of keep everything sort of situated where it's not going to be, like if you were to close this and let's say you have your necklaces or your bracelets, they're going to stay nice and securely tucked by this sort of kangaroo style pouch here. You got a really, really nice sort of velvety interior. It's not too big, not too small, something you could probably carry this traveling. You can carry it in that amazing sort of Versace style bag that we had earlier in the show. And folks, it's got sort of a faux leather here, which has a really beautiful like green marbling print on it. That is kind of the headline here to me. Like we've got a really good quality made jewelry box, but it's different. The theme of the show, that green marble, which is just so fresh and so like minty looking, with these almost this like sort of golden veining there. You've got a nice stitching surrounding it, so it's going to be nice and well made. Again, you've got that interior, going to keep your jewelry tarnish resistant. At least it's going to keep a lot of the elements out. I mean, it's not everything. It's obviously not waterproof, but it is going to be something that's going to protect your jewelry from the elements, and also something that you could sort of, you can use it to organize your life. I think the older I get, the more I realize the value in organizing things, and I've seen firsthand. Like when ladies get home, they take out a very expensive pair of studs or something. They're exhausted. They set them down, or they take off a ring. They put it on their nightstand, and the next day it's this mad oh my gosh, my grandmother's ring. You know, in some cases it could be very expensive. In some cases it could just be something that's like very important or very, you know, that has like sentimental value. But if you just take 2 more seconds, just 2 more seconds to walk over to your dresser, to your closet, or wherever you may keep this, you can then organize and just drop it in there and forget about it. And it's going to be your central place. You can get a couple of them. We have these in a bunch of different prints. They're only $14.99, so it's a great get. You're going to be able to fit most of, well, depending on how many rings you have, you're going to be able to fit a lot of rings. You got necklace holder hooks again, 90 to 100 rings, I'd say. It just depends. I mean, if you're kind of a cocktail knuckle-to-knuckle type ring person, then, you know, maybe obviously less, but you're going to be able to fit a ton of them in there. And you can get them in all these different colors. And one of the things I encourage you, because this is item sold 111, I encourage you when you go there, check out all the different colors. If there's one that you love more than the others, I would encourage you not to stay uniform for no other reason than just to like maybe organize. So maybe you've got more of a green gemstone collection that you want to put in this one. It's going to be very nice and stackable. With maybe, you know, if you want to go to the yellow, maybe you want to put your gold jewelry in the yellow version of this. And so they're all going to be these different color of this really, really textured and 3-dimensional looking marble here, which is really, really nice, I think, and kind of a good, like a really cool, I don't know, new twist on a lot of the jewelry boxes that we see, which are typically just monotone, whether they be in whatever color, red, black, green, and those are all great too, but I think this is something different, kind of stand out, right? Kind of adds a great ornate value. And it's sort of that medium size, so it's not too big, not too small. About the size, like a college roll paper, a little bit longer, but it's going to be something I think you could stack these up in your closet, or maybe have 1 or 2 of them on a dresser, and you can kind of stack them up and do as you please with it. You also got budget pay available on here, which is kind of interesting. So look, if we're worried about breaking the bank, you got a $5 investment, and then pay, gosh, I don't know what $5 comes to divided by 30, but it's not much. That's pretty much a pennies on the day, and you'll do that for 2 months. So $14.99, folks, a great get. I encourage you. I can't encourage you strongly enough. I think this is a newer item too. $129 estimated retail value, probably about spot on. I think you see some comparables out there easily for that price. Have you priced jewelry boxes lately? They can get wildly expensive. You're not sacrificing quality here, though. You're just getting them basically from the source. And just a quick note about that. The way, when you see a lot of these deals and you're like, that's too good to be true. How is that possible? A lot of it has to do with just our parent company just being one of the largest manufacturers of jewelry in the world, but also one of just the largest companies in the world. We're publicly traded and they're based out of India, but we're able to get a lot of these items sourced from direct. So you're not having all these middlemen that you'll probably see in most of your mall settings, your mall kiosks, or just your run-of-the-mill jewelers. There's usually so many hands, so many people that have had to get their taste, get their touch, and get their little pound of flesh, that by the time it reaches you in retail, you're paying all that markup that you needlessly have to if you take advantage of things and items that we sell you here. So you're not sacrificing again. I want to make that very, very clear on the quality.
We've got a ton of 5-star reviews, but I wanted to share this one. She sent a picture.
Okay, I'm glad you showed that because we don't have any rings in it, but look at, wait, this is one of our clients?
Yeah, she's
got amazing stuff.
I know, she's got really cool stuff. And it's got 38 reviews for 4.6. And this was Elena's review.
Look at this. She's got a pink sapphire. She's got a nice emerald ring. It's like London blue topaz. Wait, look at her Sleeping Beauty. Oh, look at that Swiss blue topaz.
She says you won't regret it. I absolutely love this box. I'm thinking of getting another one for my ever-growing ring collection. So she's got more since then. Isn't that cool? Though I wanted to show that.
She's got a great collection too.
Yeah.
She's got a little amber right there too. Look at that. Oh, she's got a sapphire ring. All right.
Yeah,
so you
can see.
I'm so glad she sent that because until you see the actual jewelry in there, it's hard to kind of get an idea. So that's a great point. Gosh, she has a ton.
Yeah.
She fit literally dozens and dozens of rings in here.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and we didn't even get to her necklaces and bracelets that she had up here. Okay, so what you're talking about is a bunch of really cool, a mixture of colors here, ladies and gentlemen. I encourage you to click on them. You can find out the information. They're all going to be $14.99. Yeah.
No, that one's on sale for our live stream, but there's a lot of other colors and they're not much.
Oh, okay, so there's a lot of other colors. They're probably gonna be, yeah, I'd say around the 20 range, give or take. So definitely take advantage of this one. I love that mint green, sort of marbling, absolutely fantastic. And look, $14.99. That is a small price to pay for your peace of mind, than knowing that you've got your jewelry organized and that it's somewhere safe and central, that you know where it's at. And it's so beautiful that it's something that's not gonna get lost in the shuffle either. That's one of the cool things I like about it as well. So we're gonna move on, but that was item sold 112. We're gonna move on to what was a fan favorite. We sold a lot of these the other day. There's a few of them left, and it's so cool. This is not just for necessarily somebody who's elderly or somebody who has, you know, arthritic issues or maybe a hurt leg, but it is for like, I use the example when I was when I just turned 40, you know, or close to it. I hurt my hip throughout my, not sciatica, but whatever, the celiac or something. But basically, I was infirmed for a month. Started out with a walker, because I could barely move for the first few days. Went to walker, went to crutches, and then went to a cane. At a certain point, I had 2 canes after crutches. But this would have been awesome. Didn't have access to it at the time. Actually did have access to something that was comparable at the drugstore, which I think was going for like maybe, you know, 50, 60 bucks, something like that. Guess what it didn't have? It didn't have the option to retract it, to undo it, right? And to put it seamlessly in perhaps that purse, that bag that we sold you earlier. What it didn't have, and these just all go back all seamlessly into place. You have what it didn't have also, actually I think it did have that, so I'll check that. It did have the option of going from smaller to larger sizes. So that one it did have, but what it didn't have was also a light. Because look, let's face it, you're using this full time, and there's gonna come a time when you're out after dark, or maybe you need to go to the garage and it's late night and the garage is shut, or it's daytime, maybe you don't have windows in the garage. But you need to have that light, but you also still need to have that stability. You're gonna have lots of stability because you got these 4 corners here at the bottom. This is that latest technology. It's got a little bit of a bend to it as well, so that it's gonna move as you move along. All right, you just, maybe, I don't know, maybe you broke your toe. Toes break all the time. You're not gonna get a cast on your toe, but it's uncomfortable to walk. This is gonna help alleviate that. You've also, again, along with the light, somebody wants to get unruly with you, you've got, and then you bust out that green knife we sold earlier. Now, $94.32.
It's on sale.
Okay, and we're about apples to apples. Wait, where's their? Oh, they got the safety alarm too. Doggone it. So we are exactly apples to apples. $94.32. $19.99. $19.99. You got the safety light, the flashing light. So if you happen to get something happens, you're on the side of the road, you're walking maybe at night, maybe you're trying to rehab your leg. And the only time you get off work, maybe you work during the day, or maybe you just want to get out and get moving and get that rehab, you can walk at night and you'll have this safety sort of hazard flash here. You got the soft grip handle they talk about. Again, we already talked about that. Extra wide, 360 degree. That's that pivoting that we talked to you about. It's got a slight give there, some little hinges that are 360 degrees there. The 4 sort of stand there that's next level. That was some technology I remember about 10 years ago, maybe it was 15 years ago now, that came out that sort of gives you an added stability, because the traditional walking canes would just be, you know, that we all kind of grew up with grandparents or whoever that used them, would have, then you had slipping possibilities, because it could be, you know, whatever, because it was just a little tip. This has got good grip to it, so you got not just 1 grip, but 4. All right. We already talked about alarm. You got the SOS alarm. That's going to be your flashing there. Then this is going to come. She's going to take some AAA batteries in there. Batteries not included, I'm assuming, but you can get batteries very expensively anywhere now. AAA is probably the most popular size. You probably have those laying around the house. And again, this non-slip base, we just kind of touched on that. The 3-section folder will be opened up with. So you've really got a high level of functionality here. You've got something that you can use and some things you can keep around. So it's not just, I want to stress that. This is not, for those of you that are watching out there that are maybe younger, you think you're going to live forever and that you're perfectly fine, great health. This is something just nice to have around just in case. And again, it's not going to take up a ton of space. You could easily put this in a coat closet. You could easily fold it up and put it down in your purse and take it with you wherever you're going. Maybe you're not necessarily at a point where you need it all the time, but you know you're going to eventually need it. Maybe, like I said, the aforementioned, maybe you just rehab your leg, or maybe you're getting a little bit arthritic and you kind of notice, like, you know, I don't want to have this when I walk in to wherever, but I want to have it in case I need it. That functionality of being able to break it down into this 3-section foldable, and then you can basically use this to sort of keep it all together, really adds a level of dimension. You can also use this to sort of keep it, that way if, you know, it's not going to fall out of your hand. So again, maybe it's an issue of arthritic hands, maybe it's an issue of arthritic all around. You know, we're all going to get there at some point. This is going to allow it to stay secured to your wrist. If God forbid, you know, you like drop it and then you have to lean down and now we're in all kinds of pain, this is going to keep it nice and securely there. And again, it's going to work for virtually any height, you know, within reason. I'm 6'2", and I've got it set on a nice setting right here for me. But you can go down as much as you like. I think within, I'd say probably 6 inches, 7 inches. So going to accommodate a lot of heights and sizes, and got a lot of cool functionality. This is item 113.
92 reviews.
92, and we're at 4.6,
yeah,
which is fantastic for that many reviews. Let's rattle off a couple of them. Because how are we doing on time? We're getting everything?
Well, we need to do that.
We're almost out of time.
Yeah, we're almost out of time, so we're going to finish on the car kits. Pull that.
Okay, that was, I love that car kit. Yeah. All right, so we're not going to do any reviews?
No.
Okay, no time. I want to get to this car kit because there's so much to unpack here.
Yeah.
If you watched our show that we did not too long ago, folks, we sold a ton of these. This was a wildly popular item. Why?
I can pull that too.
Because of what you are getting. What, this one? Oh, this other one? Okay, gotcha. All right.
Don't lift it.
Because of what you are getting here, ladies and gentlemen, so much is involved here. Now, if you have a young person, you have a granddaughter, a son, a daughter, a wife, a spouse, a whoever, this needs to, and they own a vehicle, this needs to be in their vehicle. If they don't have one, they need to have one, absolutely 100%. No matter what happens, you've got so much functionality here. I'm going to give you the price up front, folks. We're short on time, so I just want to, and we can go a little bit longer if we need to. I'm fine with it, because I'd like to give over all these, or at least give you a good, you've got this, okay? This is going to be a vest. It's going to be, it's one size fits all, but if something were to happen at night, you want, first things first, blow out a tire, whatever it may be, and you're going to have to exit that vehicle, whether you're on the interstate highway or on the side of any kind of highway. I don't care if it's a dirt road that you had to kind of pull off into a field right next to. You want to be able to have this at nighttime for your safety. That's number one. So first thing you'll do, you'll lean in the back seat. This will fit neatly underneath the seat. Most seats, not all, I wouldn't say, but a lot of seats. So it's going to have the basic equipment that you need for general purposes, okay? So we've got some nice 5mm PVC tape here. Maybe you've got, I don't know, tearing a hose or something. If you really get into the weeds on figuring out what's going on, this could be something that could be a game changer, lifesaver there, at least a quick fix. We've got first aid kit. That is something that's going to come with the basics. You can add to it whatever you want in terms of the first aid kit. Maybe if you have a, somebody, like for example, when I was a kid, I had wasp allergies. One wasp stung me and almost killed me. So I had to take shots and whatnot. So maybe you want to put one of those whatchamacallit shots in it that cost so much money. Epinephrine shot. Yeah, I've got one in my center console. No telling if it's any good anymore, Texas heat, but who knows? But you want to have it just in case. I would put that in here. You've got some gauze. You've got some basic stuff. You got some Q-tips. You've got some tweezers. You've even got stuff in here if you need to do a quick, sort of a quick stitch. But lots of really just kind of basic stuff in there. I would add to this maybe a couple of those little aspirins or some Tylenols or something, maybe Imodium or whatever your jam is. But put that in here. You just put those little individual pouches. You can add to it whatever you want. That's going to come in handy. Maybe some insulin or something if you have some diabetics in the family. You've got really, I'd say the piece de resistance, and the reason why I think, well, here, right here, the tire pump. That in and of itself, $39.99, easy, all day, every day.
Yeah, we sell those for like $20, right?
Right. I don't know, do we sell them even that low? It's $20 or $29.99. So this right here is probably going to be your piece of resistance in terms of value. This pays for that $39.99 right there. Because this costs a fortune in the stores, the automotive stores. But that's going to allow you, it's got a nice long length to it. So if you need to get to those back tires, you're going to be able to do that. You just plug it into your cigarette lighter or whatever lighter they're calling, or DC lighter, volt lighter they're calling it now. It's going to work virtually, universally. You pull this little guy out. That right there is worth the price of admission, folks. $39.99 just for that alone. But look at what else you're getting. Jumper cables. You can't get a pair of jumper cables at a gas station, probably less than $15-10. So that, again, a huge value right there in terms of jumper cables. You don't know you need them until you need them, and everybody who's watching, if you're older than 16, you've had to use jumper cables at some point in time, or somebody's asked you for jumper cables. You can be that hero for yourself and for others. Have jumper cables. Always got to have those. So that right there, another huge value right there. Also, maybe you got to get towed off the road. We got a very, very strong grip. This is going to be this guy right here. This is going to be that just in case of emergency, you're going to be able to use that for a tow or whatever it may be. Maybe you need to strap something in. Maybe something fell off. You're in the middle of a move. This is going to be a very, very strong, highly threaded opportunity there for you. I believe this is about, you're probably looking at about 6, 7, 8 feet right here. So maybe the emergency tow off the side of the road, whatever it may be. You've also got this little gadget. You know, you whack people in the head with it. No, I'm just kidding. No, what you use it for is if, God forbid, something happens, you go into water, you're in a situation where there's so much pressure, you use this little guy, it'll tap those windows. You can kick the windows all day long. They're not going to go out because all of that pressure, that many pounds of pressure per square inch are pressing against it. This little guy right here is going to be a lifesaver, literally. You also got this. If you're in a wreck, God forbid, and your seatbelt strapped in, well, you got to get out. You got to get out. You know, gasoline is dripping everywhere, whatever it may be. This is going to be able to cut. It's got a nice, very, very strong razor blade right there, which is very, very difficult to get to, but you can then cut yourself free from your seatbelt because those lock in and they don't come unlocked once they lock. Okay? Again, huge value. Digital tire gauge. That's going to come in super handy for obvious purposes. I'm not going to go into what that is. You know what that is. And then you've got some sort of plastic type gloves here. You've got a couple little deals here if in fact you wanted to use your pump for the basketball pump. Check. Yoga ball pump. Check. Etc. Etc. All right. So much stuff in here. Nice pair of gloves. On and on. Where does it end? Patching the tire? Are you kidding me? That right there is going to cost you like $15 at a store. You get it all, and you get it for $39.99. That's the reason this was one of the best sellers. Look at everything you're getting. Total package. Some of these items alone, $39.99. So this is a great value. It's something you want to get for your loved ones. It's something you want to get for yourself. It's not going to take up a bunch of space, and it's all going to fit very, very tightly and very, very comfortably in this one bag. So it's all centralized. Fantastic get there. Folks, thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to go back if you just joined us at the end of the show and check out the beginning, watch it from beginning to end, warts and all. And then I want you to come back at 2 p.m. Central Time. We've got an amazing second show. Going to shift gears a little bit, probably do some jewelry here, and maybe some surprises. But that will be fantastic as well. I thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate your patronage and any feedback and input that you put in. And we'll see you here in just a little bit, 2 p.m. Central Time. My name's Chris. I'll talk to you shortly. Cool beans. I love this.
I know, it's cool.
I didn't even get into this little guy. What is this? Oh, perfect. This has got tons of stuff.